Today we're taking a look at the Phixero P500 series 1TB SATA SSD. Thanks to Phixero for sending over this SSD for us to take a look at. The P500 model looked like a solid value in terms of SATA drives, especially for storing games and files, so I was quite interested in taking a look at it. The P500 series SSDs come in multiple capacities. You can get a 256 gig drive, a 512 gig, the 1TB, which I have here today, and they go all the way up to 2 and 4TB versions. The P500 series is also rated for up to 550 megabytes per second sequential read speeds, as well as 480 megabytes per second sequential write speeds, which is quite good for the SATA interface. In terms of my testing, I did two testing scenarios, moving games with Steam and then Crystal Disk Mark. As for moving games over with Steam, I was able to get up to consistently about 400 megabytes per second in terms of read speeds, and just under 400 megabytes per second in terms of write speeds. I moved about a few hundred gigabytes worth of Steam games off of this SSD and then onto this SSD from the NVMe that I had installed in my system. I think that was very good performance. I did want to follow that up with a Crystal Disk Mark benchmark run as well. I saw a solid 550 megabytes per second read speed and an even more surprising 525 megabytes per second write speed. Now that was using the 1 gigabyte default test. Moving the Steam games to the disk in terms of the write scenario was definitely on the higher end of a demanding task because there were hundreds of thousands of files and they were quite large. In terms of real-world performance, the SSD is probably going to perform somewhere in between the Steam testing and the Crystal Disk Mark, which is quite good. I took a look in the manual, and it did state for the 1TB model of the P500 drive, which is what I have here, the endurance rating is about 300 terabytes written, which in my opinion is more than enough for a game drive, or honestly, even an operating system drive in most people's computers. For example, I have some older first, second, and third generation SSDs that are still around today. So with 300 terabytes written in terms of the endurance rating, I don't think this drive is going to have any issues providing you some solid performance over the lifetime of your PC. In terms of the warranty, Phixero does warranty these SATA drives for 3 years, which I think is a solid amount of time. I think if you're looking for a solid SATA drive that you can use reliably for game storage or file storage, or like I said, even your main OS drive, especially for those laptop owners out there, this is a compelling option while staying on a budget. The P500 series of SSDs are really high in terms of value for money, in my opinion. You're getting good performance, good capacities, good endurance, and all at a good price. My plan for this P500 is to essentially use it as the game storage drive in my benchmarking rig that I use for all of my videos. I need reliable and fast SATA storage for a bunch of the games that I just can't fit on the NVMe drives that I have in the system. But with that being said, I could definitely see this solid state drive breathing some life into an older laptop or desktop as well. In terms of heat, it didn't seem like the drive got too hot even when it was under load, and even after moving a couple hundred gigabytes worth of data to the drive still maintained some pretty good write speeds, so I definitely appreciated that. In my opinion, it's just a good overall value pick, especially at the higher capacities if you need a SATA SSD. If you're into gaming and component testing videos like this one, I would definitely say get subscribed to the channel and ring that bell for notifications. If you got any value out of this video, I'd appreciate it if you dropped a like on the video. That'll let YouTube recommend this video to other people who are researching SSDs. Until next time, keep on gaming.